Just look at the Razer team, brilliant. Simon Scott on the right, Vincent Blood in the middle, Ian Lewis on the left-hand side. We all know Razer, weighing in at 79.2 kilos. And they're that great crushing arm. And their main tactic, they tell us, to have fun.
Okay, let's make it fun.
1. Activate.
Brilliant. Got into the spirit of things, smashing, crashing into the barrels. Early points, at least 25, 30 picked up there, spinning away. In comes Killalot now. Killalot has the freedom of the arena here. Bash, don't forget, is guarding a target, a 50-point target. Razer bumps Bash, bounces off. Maybe wiser to get 20 points by going up the ramp. Very few have tried that. Trying to get round the back of Bash. 50 points scored there by Razer. This is a good run early on, you know. There's Simon Scott at the control. His hero's the late actor and comedian John Candy. You'll remember him. Now to try and score 75 points. And this is an interesting tactic. We haven't seen this before. Missing out the multi-ball challenge completely and going over to another target to get easy points scored. Can't go back to that target. Now the multi-ball release. That's another 10 then. This is a very good run. And Dominator at long last could be challenged here. Intelligent driving. The sphere's in the pit. I didn't see that earlier on. The barrel's knocked down as well. This is a splendid run by Razer. Barrel into the pit, that's a nice touch. You won't get anything for the bricks, except consternation from the people who put the arena together again. Now the car door swings. They've virtually completed the whole arena here. What a marvellous run by Razer, that's splendid. They loved it, so did the crowd. Even the dead metal fans did, I should think. Oh dear, old egghead. Driving magnificently. New leaders, Razer, 210 points. That's phenomenal in the Pinball Challenge. Wonderful. On to Group B, Razer against Prometheus. Oh, Philippa's got bad news from the pits. It's Prometheus. Smoking, and we're all choking. What's going on?
We officially have to retire.
Oh, why?
Yeah, we have no movement. We're dead, so
Is it
with
true
no
that your
movement, we
motors
wouldn't do
have
too well.
burnt out?
Yeah. So we're done for this event.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's no way of fixing now. What's wrong in there?
Now we're finished.
You must be gutted.
Got it.
Disappointed?
Yeah, we're bummed. Yeah.
Bummed, gutted. We all know the feeling. Sorry, It's such a shame to see you go, but thank you very much.
Okay, it's been great, thank you.
What a pity. Never mind. England get 3 points with...
From England, Razer.
In the battle to settle Group B, the Sweeney Todd of Robot Wars can cut anything down to size with its great crushing beak. Specialist hardened sheet steel gives it a solid feel.
Hi, I'm Simon Scott.
I'm Ian Lewis.
And I'm Vincent Blood, and we're the Razer team representing England.
This is our nasty robot Razer with 9 tons of squeezability. We're going to win.
And if it gets tipped over, it's straight back in action with its self-righting mechanism.
Have you ever seen anything so truly awful?
I hope not.
Techno-Lease hopes for an awe-inspiring performance. They need the victory here. They only have 1 point. Razer has 3 because of the bye. Prometheus dropping out, of course. They're the Razer team.
3, 2.
Eric and France with their shiny, clean, smashing robot against the crumpability factor of that great beak. We've already seen the pushing power of Techno-Lease. Now let's see if it can withstand damage. The answer, no! 9 tons of squeezability. Pushing down, denting. Techno-Lease. Now Razer's turn to push Eric and Franz towards the pit. I have actually seen something awful, more awful about Razer than the machine itself. Simon Scott's long hair, perhaps, would go a long way. Oh, look at that, though. Simon's machine is deadly and is awesome. Hauling Techno-Lease up onto the front edge. Oh, no, backing back into shot, though, and causing itself some damage. Lifted up by shot, this could be a major upset. Drops Razer into the centre of the arena. I thought for one moment Might have gone all the way towards the pit. Razer, topsy-turvy. We'll now see the SRI-mech, the self-righting mechanism. That has become a very useful feature of robots. The SRI-mech, using those great winged blades to push up and over and back, ready to fight again, Razer. Again, trying to pierce the top of Techno-Lease. Puncture. And again, something popped there. Techno-Lease badly dented. The aim, of course, to get through to the two poly motors and deaden Techno-Lease. Easy peasy does it for Razer at the moment. They think they've won. Techno-Lease, are they immobilised? Razer coming in for one last hoist up. Bashing Techno-Lease onto the arena floor. Ian Lewis and Simon Scott at the controls. That's the camera on dead metal, the house robot. Coming in with a circular saw blade there. Also, Shunt with a couple of bashes. Meanwhile, Razer seemed to be taking on Matilda. And indeed was. Great speed from Razer, nipping about the arena floor. This is what we were talking about earlier on. Shunt comes in for retribution. Look at Razer! Shunt bulldozer blade is almost buckled and bashed out of sight. This is unheard of. Razer is destroying one of the house robots. They're loving it. The house robot's revenge will be dreadful, I can promise you that. Razer, the winners of this, of course. They will win Group B. Techno-Lease are out of it. The English team will go on now to take on Matilda. Trying to immobilise Matilda's chainsaw for later on. Prodding where perhaps no robot has ever gone before. Or would ever like to go again. That truly is a hideous thought. Still sniffing around Matilda's chainsaw, but now lifted up Razer. Will the retribution of the house robots come in? They are thoroughly enjoying this. Techno-Lease bashed, bruised, bloodied, beaten, and Razer clinging to the arena ropes, as it were, for safety. Winning the group and going on. Terrific battle that. Techno-Lease, sportsmanlike to the end, but out. A victory for Razer, which seals Group B. They go through. Confirmation here, 2 victories for Razer, 6 points. Holland and America, 1 point each.
Oh, that was great fun. That was
It's
brilliant.
funny getting in the back of the tilt. Quite good fun.
Shunt.
Yeah, we get his shovel.
He just eat it, he just stunted it like it was molten metal.
They're not the only ones who can cause serious damage. Well engineered. British engineering.
Even though you say so yourself, eh? Well, congratulations, guys. Every fight we see you pushing the boundaries of robot fighting further and further. And we are astounded and amazed.
Against Diotoir.
Roboteers, stand by.
Diotoir of Ireland. With their furry machine, Bog-Eyed, and Razer of England.
3.
This to become the first International Robot Wars League champs. Quick start by Razer. Certainly the nippier of these two robots. The more powerful, I'd say, in terms of destructive ability. But Diotoir has been so hardy throughout Robot Wars history. Set on fire, crumpled and bashed, but still coming back. You can see the springs to load that front-lifting arm. Hoisted into action. A bit of a dance developing. Again, the spring-loaded lifting arm flicking up. Oh, but this is where the damage could be so costly. They've gone for the armour just in front of one of the springs of the Razer team. Ian Lewis, Vincent Blood and Simon Scott. These two teams, by the way, the Diotoir boys, Peter, Joe and Kieran, and the Razer team, magnificent characters, great fun to have in the pits. And at the moment it's Simon and Ian doing all the damage with Razer, again coming in on the attack. Oh, Diotoir, very nearly here, on and into the pits, and in comes Ted Becker with a shunt, he won't be needed, Razer! The first International Robot Wars League champions. Disappointing end for Diotoir into the pit. Razer wins it for England. always looked the more destructive of all the robots in this International League Championship. Great sportsmanship from Diotoir, acknowledging the crowd, but it's Razer, crown champions.
Razer.
A sharp cutting edge from hardened sheet steel, a gnashing, crumpling, sawtooth beak, 2 trolley-shot caddy motors for power. This is a Robot Wars veteran, but it has suffered from breakdowns in the past.
I'm Simon Scott.
I'm Ian Lewis. And I'm Vincent Blood, and we're the Razer team representing England.
This is our nasty robot Razer with 9 tons of squeezability. We're going to win.
And if it gets tipped over, straight back in action with its self-righting mechanism.
Have you ever seen anything so truly awful?
I hope not.
Roboteers, stand by.
All talk, Hamish at the controls. Perhaps Martin and Richie in reality. And Razer with Simon Scott, Vincent Blood, and Ian Lewis there with the beard on the left. Have you ever seen anything as awesome as Razer? That was the boast. Hamish looks scared already. Here's the Cross of St Andrew on the top of the Scottish entrant. All talk. Are they all talk though and no muscle? Because look at the damage already caused by that squeezability factor of Razer. And again, call it a beak, call it a claw, call it horrible. Creating damage. The Razer weapon. And this looks a very dangerous robot to me. Sergeant Bash there, a flick of flame, back in its own CPZ, leaving Razer to cause all the damage itself. In on those custom-made tyres, shredding, look. Simply snapping through the millimetre-thick stainless steel. I thought it might be too frail. Little Robin there, in the middle of the all-talk team, can hardly watch. Again, look at that, simply snapping down and piercing the shell of all talk. Just living it with more holes than a pepper pot. And the Razer team look determined. All talk in trouble. More damage. That is a knife through hot butter. Sergeant Bash coming into the CPZ as well. Oh, Hamish! How'd you like your Hamish? Well done. Medium, perhaps? Oh, dear. You better get it while you can. He's not going to be around long, is he? Let's be honest. Oh, you can hear the metal just being crumpled and broken. Oh, no. Now dead metal. Well, that's what it is. All talk, I'm afraid. You are dead metal.
Cease.
You've got no chance. And the Razer boys know it. They're through. And all talk well beaten. That was impressive by the Razer team. Very, very impressive.
We were hoping to get the weapon actually jammed in and lift them up and sort of parade them around a bit, but we couldn't sort of do that. But we managed to squeeze most of it.
Yeah. All credit to them, they're tough little competitors.
Yeah, they kept going.
We
That
made
was a good
haggis
thing.
meat out of them in the end.
If we can get them in the jaw and get a good hold, then that could be it. So
Very exciting.
Well, Simon Scott certainly seemed excited. George Francis in the Chaos 2 team there on the left has other problems. Has he had enough time to repair the punctured CO2 canister? Razer has that penetrating, honed steel edge to it. George Francis at the controls of Chaos 2.
1. Activate.
This, a real crunch. 2 robots with a great deal of respect in the pits. Especially Razer for that claw weapon. And Chaos 2 nearly flipping Razer up. Chaos 2 can get up to 20 miles an hour. Is nippy, very manoeuvrable, and George Francis is one of the best controllers in the history of Robot Wars. But Razer already puncturing once again the CO2 gas canister in the main engine compartment of Chaos 2 has gone, and with it has the power of the weapon gone also. That is a mighty weapon. The beak of Razer. The squeezability. Is that a tattered ribbon on the side of Chaos 2? a tattered battle flag, a reminder of previous victories. Because that is all they'll be left with, I'm sure now. Memories of victories in the past. This is dead metal and the circular saw and the great scorpion-like pincers at the front. Now they have chaos too, and it is a matter of time. Ooh! That is a terrible scar. Well, he's a magnificent driver of a robot, is George Francis. He gets great advice from Ian Swan and young Richard in the team as well, but their future in the Robot Wars World Championship is limited to that. In the pit.
Cease. Well, Chaos drives himself in the pit in a terrible suicide move. But have you ever seen such total chaos and metal mayhem? Razer goes through.
Well, it does a little victory dance of delight, Razer.
Well. We finally see what Razer can do.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it?
I have to say that, and everyone went very quiet for a long time.
But he nearly flipped us at one point. But George was going to, if George flipped us, he was going to ram us into the side or into the house rubber, so we couldn't self-right.
Right.
He knows we can self-right. So
Right.
we really had to get him in the jaw and sort of try and disable it. It was a tough machine. He was still mobile.
Yeah.
But I think we did.
After all of that damage, I know, it's incredible.
The flipper, so that's the dangerous bit.
Maybe. So how are you feeling? You've gone all
Pretty good.
smug, haven't you?
Well, no, there's never a certainty. We've gone out to really,
To this
you know,
very
simple
same
machines.
conversation,
We've been right through this where you think we're going to destroy them, and then something happens. So until we come out, you know, victorious,
Okay.
you don't know.
Don't count
Never
your
underestimate
chickens.
your opponent.
Don't count your circuit boards until they've worked.
It's happened, you know, so many times.
Robot ears, stand by.
The second semi-final for a place in the world final. Oh, there's Super Bunny, safe in the arms of Amy. Ooh, and there's Razer.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Don't count your pistons till they're pumped. Don't count your gears till they're meshed. Don't count your accelerators until they've accelerated. 101 in the claws of dead metal. And that's what we thought would happen in the beak of Razer. That is hardened sheet steel. They say Razer's part bird, part reptile. Well, at the moment, it's got a crocodile grip on 101. And it's got the scorpion of dead metal. Don't hurt Bunny, that red. Well, Super Bunny's not there. And 101 probably wishes it was elsewhere too. This is going horribly, predictably to plan for the Razer boys. And Mike Franklin said 101, his machine would be creamed, and he's not wrong. Look at that. Just crumpling the frame of 101. The body shell is HE30 alloy, tossed around, leaf in a storm, into Sir Killalot's clutches and away again. Now, that's good driving by Mike. Good speed as well. Amy looks perplexed. Holding on to Super Bunny as if her life depended on it. At the controls, Ian Lewis with the beard of Razer. Oh, and there's the claw again. I wonder if that's Ian at the control of that, or Simon Scott, the team captain, with the long hair. But it has been the most decisive factor in these World Championships so far. The weapon of Razer, nothing else has compared to this. Well, they're saying, the audience, dump it in the flame pit. That's the flame pit there. You can't dump a robot in, but you can leave it to be grilled. 101, I think, here, doing magnificently just to stay competitive. Running away to fight another day. If Razer can get a grip on one of those tracks which came from an old bottle washing machine, it could be the end. It is the end now.
Well, both robots are still mobile, so while the judges make the decision, let's look at some of the highlights of that amazing battle.
Razer immediately on the attack. That's the first puncture. You heard the metal pop, literally. And despite those tracks spinning away and trundling. 101 could not get out of trouble. Insanely came on the attack, so we'll just punch you again. Look at those marks on top. All the aggression in this semi-final from Razer, all the punishment sustained by 101, had little chance to control itself away. Razer surely the winner here, surely triumphant.
The judges have gone for Razer!
Well, it wasn't a close shave, really, was it? They knew it. And so did Amy, really. Doesn't seem too unhappy with Dad Mike.
Well, guys, that 101 has got a hard steel outer shell, and you went through it like a knife through butter.
A powerful machine.
That is one
That's a
tough
tank,
tank.
isn't it?
One tough
Still
tank. They
going.
kept going.
Yeah, I mean, I
Brilliant.
thought you'd do some internal damage, which would render it useless.
Right on
But
his batteries there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They're tough old things,
so
these robots.
what can that cut through then?
Cars. Probably take the
things.
block out of your car.
Television sets.
Titanium, which will worry Behemoth.
You're through to the final.
Yeah.
You're feeling confident. You must be.
Yeah. It's working.
Well, good luck to you. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Razer!
Well, I think Razer will start as the favourite for the final. It's the favourite with the crowd, that's for sure.
There's battery acid on the end of the nose.
That's acid, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't touch it, no. It's far too dangerous for the likes of me.
That's it. That was good fun, wasn't it?
It was great.
Top
It was
shape.
great. You weren't very gentle on him, though.
No, they're tough, though. They were a tough
You know, he
machine.
marked it out where we were going to crush you, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think we applied.
And this, the final of the first Robot Wars World Championship. Razer against Behemoth.
I take that for granted at the moment because
going
this has
good.
been fantastic all the way through. The Razer team are through to the final against Behemoth, and I think we are going to see the most fantastic fight. If he flips you, you should be able to right yourself, yeah?
Yeah, straight back out.
Yeah.
Okay, so which bits are you going to go for?
All over.
The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Just
Give it a good
anywhere and
squeeze.
everywhere? Indiscriminate.
Totally, yeah.
Look at you eyeing out that robot. Oh, this is going to be good.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
The world final. And immediately on the attack, it's Razer with the beak and Behemoth with the scoop. The two most dangerous weapons we've seen throughout these World Championships. The scoop raises and drops. In on the attack again comes Razer, flipped up on its side. Now it can use that beak to right itself if it can get away from the clutches of Behemoth, which is pinning Razer down on the floor at the moment. Razer desperately trying to get some sort of claw hold on the arena floor, but this is good steering and controlled aggression from the Pritchard boys and Kane Aston in that Behemoth team. Matilda comes in as well. Now you can see the wings on the beak, as it were, as Razer flips itself up, comes on the attack. Turned over once again, though. And worry here for Simon Scott and Vincent Blood and Ian Lewis in that Razer team. The Behemoth boys are on top. Razer being toppled and turned again onto the flame pit. It'll get itself away from there, I'm sure. That is rising phoenix-like from the flames, or is it? Can they get away from there? I don't think they can. I think that wing isn't gaining sufficient purchase on the grid of the flame pit. They get a nudge. They're off now. They could be away any moment. There's something wrong here, you know, with Razer. And Razer has a history of mechanical breakdowns. And I think they've gone again. The beak, the stream-egg, the self-righting mechanism. No, they're okay. They're off and running. Oh, for a minute there, I thought they'd gone. And I think Simon Scott did too. Vincent Blood there, the bald head at the bottom of your picture. We know what he's like. Ever had a dinky toy when you were a kid? Vincent, when he was 7, built a car crusher to destroy them. That's what he's like. This is Razer, though, crushing Behemoth, the frame. And the bottom part of Behemoth there is its most vulnerable part. Just peeling away the plating along the side. Hopping and jumping now, look, Razer. And Behemoth pinned between Shunt and Razer. And in trouble, this is an epic final. Damage sustained by both, but it's Razer there. Pinning Behemoth down towards the CPZ, the corner patrol zone, the flags of St. George on the top of Behemoth. An all-English final. Razer turns to come on the attack, now dances away from Behemoth. Spins again. Behemoth just waiting. Razer to drive itself onto the front scoop and trying to lift but missing. Now Razer going around the side panel again to crunch down and peel away that side plate. The Pritchard boys trying to control Behemoth away. Keep your distance. The sticker says, well, they haven't kept their distance from Razer. And who's the winner here? What a wonderful final.
What a fantastic final. While the judges make their decision, let's look at some of the highlights of Razer Behemoth, the World Championship final.
Early on, Razer flipped up and over by Behemoth. Onto the flame pits. I thought it was out there. I thought they'd lost control and power. Very slowly trying to right themselves. Couldn't get up and over. Finally did. Took time though. They were alive. And from now on in, Razer dominated the final. Causing problems and causing damage to Behemoth. That's the main damage sustained by anyone in this final. Behemoth tried to flip it, it didn't work. So back came Razer on the attack. Again, this time on the other side. Similar fate though, crumpling and crashing. What a final. How close was this?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision. It's a split decision. 2-1. It goes to Razer! Are the world champions, the first ever world champions of Robot Wars. And joining Philippa in the pits is Mark Thorpe, the godfather and creator of Robot Wars, to present the award.
Thank you, Craig. Mark, this must be quite a moment for you. Is this a worthy first winner?
Oh, yeah. I fell in love with Razer the first time I saw it, and I've always thought of Robot Wars as an art sport, and this clearly, demonstrates how that's clearly true.
It is. It's a beautiful robot. With no further ado, we should present the winning team with their trophy.
Congratulations. Thanks, Mark.